If he can't make it past our gladiators, he'll receive a consolation prize. Let the games begin!
Bring it on, scrubs. Health upgrades! That was it?
And, well, only winner of the Gladiator Games, this guy.
Well, they just chucked the prize at him.
Championship Series. Come back and fight again for big cash prizes. Congratulations on winning the electrolyzer. Choose your battle.
What is this? Woo! What else can I do? What is this?
Is everyone's favorite gladiator. He slices, he dices, and carves up a main dish. Please welcome Chain Blade. Oh, he'll be feeling that in the morning.
You're having potatoes for dinner? Oh, I died. It's alright. I'm doing that one again. Maybe I'll come back and do this one.
Choose a battle and win a...
Oh, you can buy more ammo? Shit, yeah, I'm gonna win.
Goodbye. Choose your
We're beating
battle.
fucking Chainblade right now.
I don't care what galaxy you're from. That's gotta hurt. You'll be feeling that in the morning. Chainblade's really got his hands full with this one. Ooh, that'll leave a mark. Chainblade has been defeated.
Eat shit, Chainblade. Ha ha! Get some!
Prize goes to you.
Did that. Nice. Ooh.
From the planet Cerebella comes a powerful creation. Stand back for the big and the brainy. Let's give it up for the B2 Roller. What galaxy you're from? That's gotta hurt. The furry guy is on a rampage. You'll be feeling that in the morning. It's looking pretty bad for this guy.
Alright.
Choose your back.
I just want to try one more time because I'm having a lot of fun.
See you later.
Nah, alright. We'll come back later. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Those are cool puzzles.
Hey, this would make a nice souvenir for Clank.
You have no idea what you're involved in. Return to your own galaxy immediately. Or this will happen to you. Or this will happen to you. Farewell.
Oh.
want to earn lots of bolts, visit the arena later for more battles.
Nice.
To view missions still available, press Select or R3 to access your map, then press X to open.
All right.
Access denied. Only Inspector Log personnel permitted. Access denied.
Get on the fucking thing.
Inspector Log personnel permitted. Clearance granted.
Pew pew, motherfucker. Hey, what's going on, buddy? Got it. You going for a ride, pal? Oh, you bitch! Yeah, how's your gazebo? Damn it. You horse fucker. Come on. My dude! What's up, Clean? How you doing, Meng? Hope you're doing well.
Clearance.
Nice. Gazebo is living. You're hanging in there, man? That's good. One day at a time, right? I'm having a fucking blast playing going Commando. Ooh. Good. Nice checkpoint. Alright, let's see. Now, you do the hokey pokey. And you move the bomb around. I'm disabled. Apparently I can't push 2 buttons at once. Okay. So I've got to hold circle. And then tap X. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. You been running any Fable lately, Clean? I know Quo has been running his, what he said he would never do. Oh. A little softer. Little heavier. Nice. Oh, that's right. This may be a case of cool mechanic, but not great execution. But really fun. Come on. There we go. Nice. Now you get back in the limo.
To disable the jamming array, destroy the 6 transponders. Expose transmitters with the bolt crank. Press square to attach your wrench, then walk around the platform. Hit the exposed rods to destroy the towers. For a
Cool. I'm still waiting on my SNES power supply to arrive. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it's been a while. Kind of lost on what I'm supposed to do. I don't see any bolts in the ground for these ones. Got it. Okay. tell you what, I'm not good with puzzles. I'm learning that right now. CJ, shoot. Oh, I would have been mad if I fell off. Yay.
Good work, my boy. You are proving to be invaluable in this underwear. Anywho,
Invaluable in this underwear.
protection of thugs for less. But I may have found a way for you to insinuate their operation.
Is it dangerous?
No. Actually, yes, it is.
Good.
Take a look at this.
The wind in your hair, the sun on your skin, the bugs in your teeth. We are the Desert Riders.
Before I became a desert rider, I didn't fit in anywhere. I had low self-esteem, bad breath, and a thing for ladies' undergarments. But these guys understand me. They really do.
Yeah, I'm just here for the bake sales. Oh yeah, I also make these cute gloves for all the guys.
So if you've got what it takes, use this temporary membership to enter the most grueling hoverbike race in the galaxy. Win it and become one of us. Desert Riders, the #1 leisure choice of thugs for less.
Desert riders all use Megacorp bikes, so I just had to pull a few strings. Contract me as soon as you get more indignation. This widget out.
I think this guy is always having a stroke. Nice. By the way, want to point out something. I spent 4 hours last night bull grinding to buy the health upgrades that I needed to beat Drek. I have been playing for an hour and I already have 20,000 bolts. And that makes me mad. Okay, we're going to Indico. Rescue Clank from the thief. Visit Clank's apartment. He's got a fembot or two hidden below the sheets. Oh, Ratchet.
For a map, press select or R3.
Alright, we'll just stock up on ammo really quick.
To center the camera, tap L1.
I do like this minigame a lot more than the other one. The sad thing is, I think I might actually have, like, something I can use for a power supply. In my, trunk, I just haven't gone and looked. I died. Alright. Again. Ooh, 8 health. This looks familiar. Yeah, AP, gotta get it in now, cause you haven't been able to say it a lot. Let's see what we got. It's gotta go like bing bing. Okay. Keep reading, hit C. No, no, no. Nice. I love it when a plan comes together.
Clank? Okay, Clank. Don't move. I'm coming down. Whoa! Ugh, son of a quark! All right, buddy. Let's get you up and running again.
is.
Clank? Clank, can you hear me?
Ratchet? Where are we? I must have dozed off.
Don't sweat it. Let's just find a way out of here.
I believe that air duct may offer our only way out.
To
Well-
glide, jump, then hold X while in midair.
Uh-huh. Fair enough. That's I earned that one. There we go.
Microbots, hold triangle and select a command.
James Arnold Taylor isn't faking a bad laugh in that scene.
Bridgebot acquired. Use it to build bridges across gaps.
Ooh. Good boy.
Lifterbot acquired. Use it to lift large blocks.
Lift. Good.
Way to go, Clank.
Nothing to it.
You did great. Now, let's go get that experiment back.
All right.
For a much higher jump, hold R1 and press X. To jump long distances, run, then press up. To glide over gaps, press X to jump, then press and hold X while in midair. Clank also comes with a thruster pack option. The thruster pack has the same moves as the helipack, except it uses rocket propulsion. To select the thruster pack, go to the Gadgets menu and select the icon.
Nice. That's a lot of them.
Greetings, morons. Since my employees did such a lousy job of taking care of yous, I thought I'd come and handle things myself. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. Watch it, I just whacked this thing. What with that spot?
We'll take full health.
This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. Hey, watch it, I just waxed this thing. Ammo's expensive. That's it. I'm charging double on this one.
There we go. Killed him on my last bullet, as it should be. Nice.
Hey, my old swing shot and grind boots.
Okay, that's why we had to go here.
Swing shot target detected. Press and hold circle to shoot the swing shot. Use L1 for better aiming. All missions completed on this planet. Search other planets for available missions.
Nice. Great moves. Keep it up. Thanks, Potato. Vukovar Canyon. We're going to Barlow, boy. I have 9 DMs. Oh my god.
For a map, press...
I don't... Sorry, I had to do something. Okay. If you're a mod that saw what I did, don't say anything about it, or you will be timed out.
Select for R3.
Dude, these little dog-looking guys. That guy was just a fucking sponge.
Double tap triangle to switch between recently used items.
Nice. Somebody gonna get the ass kicked. Someone better get the fucking hands into him. Nice.
Excuse me. I think I just blew another vacuum tube.
Should I have a look?
My word, you young people are so fresh these days. Oh, don't feel bad. I guess I'm just old-fashioned about that sort of thing. Did you know that I've been with Gadgetron since the beginning?
So you sell these gadgets?
Darling, they sell themselves.
If you've previously played Ratchet and Clank, any of the weapons you have earned on your Ratchet and Clank save that are offered at this vendor will be free. Ooh! That's cool. I already own it, though. It's more like it. I did not buy the Tesla Claw. Nice.
Try customizing your quick select in the pause menu.
Well, that's my ship. I don't want to go back yet. Wowee! I do kind of want ammo for it, though. The Lancer, though.
Hey, who let you in here? Get lost before I flatten your robot into a hubcap.
Touch him, and it's Plasma City!
Oh, gosh. You didn't have to yell. I didn't have to yell.
Hey, man.
I can't hear you. La, 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 la. Only a little guy.
Sir, it is okay. We are your fellow desert riders.
You are? So you understand my sensitivities?
Absolutely, sir. We just came here to race.
Well, you can borrow my Bluebell, so long as you're gentle. She just needs a few repairs.
Hang in there, my brother. Bluebell is in good hands.
Okay. Let's see. It's actually difficult to keep track. Okay, that one. Then this one. Then down. Then it's gonna be set. Nope, it's down twice. Got it. So 1, 2, 3. Side. Now it's down for 2. Sideways. Got it. Nice, let's do this. I'm in 20th? I like that. Oh shit. Oh boy, this is a lot of speed. Tesla! Come on, come on, come on. No, no. What place am I in? 6th. Need to be in, not 6th. Someone tell me what place I'm in. Oh wait, I can't look at chat either. It's so fast. I just lapped somebody! What does it mean? Ooh, goodness, I won.
Great racing, buddy. Here, take this helmet so the guys know you're one of us.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-oh. Incoming message from the boss. Attention all Thugs for Less employees. First of all, whatever slug brain's been eating all the choochie bars in the break room, better quit stuffing his face, or else... Hey, turn those lights off! It's bad feng shui. Next, our space rendezvous point has been moved to, and listen up, knuckleheads, the Felsen system, in Sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're no good with numbers, find a buddy to help you. Lastly, the company picnic is this Sunday. And don't forget to bring your own juice this time. Hey! I saw that, Cletus! You just earned yourself a write-up. Don't worry. The boss only yells because he loves us.
Yes, sir. I do feel his affection.
Did you see that broadcast?
Not really.
We should scope out that rendezvous point. Yes, we might intercept some stray transmissions.
Download the coordinates for Thug Rendezvous. Ratchet and Clank. Clank! Man, that was the joke that just got older every second when I was playing Ocarina of Time and the Wind Waker. Clank! That's why CC said he couldn't watch me stream it. And he says, I can't watch you stream Zelda games anymore. And I said, why? He goes, because every 10 seconds you go, Lank! So, it's a valid point. Poe's mad. We should play Majora's Mask at some point.
We are under attack. Can't outrun them. Let's hope these weapons work.
You think 1 on 25's a dogfall? Got it. That's a lot of them. Yeah, make a half-baked sequel. Majora's Mask is 100% times better than Ocarina of Time. You know, a lot of people say that it is. It doesn't look that way from the video I've seen of it, but that doesn't mean that it's not true. Man, my hull integrity is like in the shitter. One left. It's not hard to be a better game than OT.
Mad skills. Mad skill. Yeah. A difficult challenge, but one that a trained commando.
Hold on. I'm intercepting a transmission.
For the 5th time, I have a collect call to Thugs for Less from a Mr. You Are Gonna Die. Will you accept the charges?
You are gonna die.
I'll take that as a yes. Thank you.
You idiot.
Uh-oh.
I'm paying top dollar for your protection. Your moron employees are off at some picnic.
Hey, that was a bonding exercise.
Enough! I'm at the pickup point now. If your men aren't here pronto, you can kiss this contract goodbye.
Oh yeah? Well, you can kiss your, you know what I mean. Dang it.
Did you trace that?
Coordinates locked in. We are headed there now.
Okay, Canal City. Search for the Canal City for thief. Do 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 do.
So, how's the reception out here?
We have sports, weather. Ooh, the Science Channel.
Keep going. Whoa, what's that?
The man, the myth, the legend, the loser. Captain Quark, once the idol of everyone in the galaxy, has finally hit rock bottom. After his humiliation at the hands of Ratchet and Clank, Quark sold bogus merchandise he claimed were Gadgetron products. But a key defect in this product, the personal hygienator, caused severe irritation in sensitive body areas and alerted authorities to Quark's scam. Behind the Hero will return after these messages.
He sold the personal hygienator, which looks like it goes up someone's ass.
Yes, I suppose it...
All this time, my personal hygienator must have been causing that itch.
Anyway, we should be at our destination shortly.
Too late again.
We always seem to be a bit late. Why is that?
Well, let's check this place out and find out where he's headed.
Alright. I think we'll have enough time to do this before we start the movie club. Or you know what? We actually probably don't. Alright, let's switch over to movie club doubleheader, Caddyshack, and Once Upon a Time in the West. Just chatting. Okay. Let's switch over to movie club. Alright. And then, where's the chat? Okay. Alright. We're going to open up Photoshop. Computer is being a little slow right now. There we go. Okay. Then we just need a little picture. Let's see. We'll hide the poster for Legend. We'll save this. PNG. Caddy. Shack. Now we'll do the same thing. Time in the West. Okay, and then let's open recent. Coming soon. What year did Bird Box come out? Was that... That seems recent. Is it 18? Yes. Okay. Okay, and then we will get rid of this. And we're going to add 2 movies to this list tonight, so that'll be nice. File, save as, PNG, desktop, coming soon. Okay, let's add, get rid of that. Yep, we're going to add image once. Desktop. Okay. We're going to move this down. Yep. We're going to add image. Coming soon. Coming soon. Yep. Yep. Go below the alert box, and we'll also add an image caddy shack. Desktop, downloads, desktop. Okay. Alrighty. I am gonna go pee, but I am gonna be in the movie club waiting room when I get back. So, if you are in the movie book club and you are participating this week, hop in the voice call. Oh, I need to find the hat. The hat is in the chair. Got the hat for people's suggestions. Hat off to the side. Hello, CJ of the Good. Yes. Okay. Alright, if you are ready, hop in VC. Hello, Lolly. Welcome back, Quo. Anytime anyone's fucking ready.
Hey man, I've been here.
Yeah. Okay, Matt. As he remutes himself, I'm like waiting here talking. Hello, Icky. Hello, Lolly.
Howdy.
We're just waiting for Quo and Liam. I'll give Lolly the movie club role.
Oh, wow, thanks.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Icky.
Hello.
We're just waiting for Quo
And Reggie.
and old Reggie.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going.
I didn't set an alarm this morning, or whenever I went to bed, and I woke up at 6 p.m. So.
Nice.
Are you gainfully employed?
I'm searching for a new job.
Old one didn't work out?
I don't want to work in an environment where people aren't required to wear masks.
Alright then. Alright, and now Reggie is here. We'll just wait for him to unmute himself.
For this landing, I broke the latch on my screen door. We're good.
Ika, don't break the latch.
Yes.
No.
I was so productive today around the house, and then I accidentally left Drano sitting in the bathtub for like a solid hour, so it didn't melt right through the pipes. Guess we'll find out.
Well, that's always a good sign.
What do I get for being productive?
Do you have a basement?
I do.
Well, you'll know the next time you take a bath whether or not it ate your pipes or not. Just keep a dipstick in the basement. Yes. You know, I used to live in a house where the basement flooded if it rained at all. If it was like a fucking drizzle, you knew the basement was flooded. There was a hole in the ground, like an open hole. And I'm like, I was a kid. It was terrifying to go anywhere near it because it wasn't like a planned hole. Someone dug this hole after the foundation was laid.
Oh my god.
It was like a 4-foot diameter hole in the ground that just went straight down so that water, if the basement ever flooded, it would have a place to go. And one, I used to have nightmares about that fucking hole because I would never go anywhere near it. And two, it didn't work at all because the basement was always flooded. like standing water.
Can I ask why nobody filled it in?
I have no idea. We rented that house.
Oh, okay. Just leave it for the next person to do
I
it.
remember one summer or one winter, we were so broke, but we had heating gas, so like the truck has to come and fill up your gas, right?
Propane.
Yeah. So the guy comes and he's, it's a big truck, and they park in your driveway and they run the nozzle or whatever. I'm telling this anecdote because we're waiting for fucking Reggie. And so we one winter, the guy mistakenly filled our tank. Like we would pay for like an eighth of a tank or something, a tenth of a tank at a time, and like and whatever. And the guy, we're receiving a message. Oh, Reggie is here. Yeah. So
CJ, do you have Liam muted?
I don't have him muted.
I
can hear you.
I can hear you.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna try this.
CJ.
All right, now see if he can come back.
Can't believe Liam's dead.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me now, CJ?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. That was weird.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you're just playing an elaborate prank, because after here and you saying we're still waiting on Reggie, I'm thinking, wait a second.
No. It was not an elaborate prank. Let me finish this anecdote. So we had a thing where the guy filled up our tank. He was meant to fill up someone else's house that also started with the same number. So he was just on the wrong street. And he was like, he went to my dad and was like, yeah, you got to pay for that. My dad was like, no, the fuck I don't. Now get off my fucking property. And he's like, the truck driver was going to call the police. My dad came out with a fucking, he pretended it was a shotgun, but it was really a big piece of wood. Like a giant branch that had fallen. And the guy got in his truck and ran. He pretended to cock a shotgun, but it was really just a big tree branch. But stupid country folk, man, they fell for it. He left and he never came back, and we had that tank of fuel for the whole winter.
You got a tank of gas for free.
Yeah, exactly. Heated the whole house with impunity. That winter, we had it up to 70 just cuz. The whole house. It was amazing. You didn't wake up, your feet weren't fucking frozen off. I remember I was like 12 and I was like, hey, can we turn the heat on? And my mom was like, wear socks. I was like, my feet are really cold. She goes, oh, wear socks. They're really cold. Wear shoes too. So, all right. So, we have a movie club doubleheader.
Woo.
We are talking first about Caddyshack, the comedy starring Rodney Dangerfield, Steve Guttenberg, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray. Really great film. Really great. I loved it. Let me back up. It's not great, but I did love it. And what kind of someone DM'd me and suggested that I play clips from the movie before we talk about that. We are not going to do that, but I'm going to give people a broad synopsis. If you're in the audience and you don't know what Caddyshack is. There are horny teenagers on a golf course. Some of them are lazy, but a lot of them are horn dogs. And then golf. Mostly golf. There's a gopher, and Rodney Dangerfield is himself. So, all that having been said, I think that's a very clear and funny synopsis of the movie, and we can get right into the meat and taters of what everyone thinks. We'll start with Matt.
Wait, can I interject before we start, if you don't mind?
You wanna say something?
Yeah, it was not Steve Guttenberg. That was the Police Academy movie.
That is correct. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, no, I had to double check because I didn't know either. I'm like, I don't think that was him, but I have no idea.
That is correct. That was not him. You know what it might have been? When I changed it over, I had the Police Academy stuff up. So I might have just left him in. We'll put in Chevy Chase there. There we go. This will fix it. Save as PNG. Desktop. Caddyshack. Yep. Okay. And wait for it to change in OBS. There we go. Okay. Alright. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's start with what we all, thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't want fucking sideways thumbs. I don't want 2.5 stars. I don't want any of your bullshit. Alright? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Not thumbs 70 fucking degrees. Alright? Now, no, we're not, it's not a fucking clock. I don't want to hear any, clock coordinates. Just thumbs up, thumbs down. Matt, if you fucking meme, I'm kicking you first. I'm just letting you know. The pressure's on, buddy. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
All right. Lolly.
Thumbs up.
All right. Icky.
Thumbs up.
There was no rape in this movie, so I suspected that. Quo.
Thumbs up.
Okay, and Reggie. I've got disconnect on you, buddy. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
No, I don't hear him either.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
I can't believe Reggie's dead.
Reggie.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up in chat.
Fucking.
We finally got Lolly into voice chat. Now we have other people going back into regular chat.
Man, can't believe Reggie's an incel. Quick, say things. He can't defend himself. Aren't we all? I'm a Volcel.
That's fair.
Nice.
I know, right?
I practice the 3 C's.
CJ's
chastity and chat.
There you
I really
go.
thought that was going to go another direction.
Cock, and more cock.
Cock, cum, and cunts.
Can I be heard now? Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
That is the equation for most babies: is cock, cum, and cunts. That is how you get that is the secret of life. Actually, that's the equation. You heard it here first on the CJ It's All Good Twitch channel. Okay, so. And Reggie says thumbs up. Okay, so we have a thumbs up across the board, and I'm happy to hear that. Like I said, there was no rape, so Icky was bound to like it. And I mean, what is not to like about Rodney Dangerfield? They basically this is a movie just to let him have his moments. And doesn't he shine?
Who's Rodney Dangerfield?
What?
I'm not old enough for this shit, but
You watched the whole movie. You don't know who Rodney Dangerfield is?
Was he the attractive dude, or was he the fat New Yorker guy?
Rainbow sweater.
I don't think anyone has ever mistakenly asked if Rodney Dangerfield was attractive. You know those stress dolls where the eyes pop out? He looks like that with the eyes permanently popped out.
That's not helpful.
Okay, I'm just going to post a picture in the Discord.
Hey, anybody that wear a head like that get a free bowl of soup. Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Gotcha, that guy.
When I was a kid, I got lost at the beach, and I said to a cop, Mister, do you think we'll ever find my parents? And he says, geez, I don't know, kid. There's so many places they could hide. No? No, Rodney?
Well, I understand now that you've explained the quotes from the movie, thanks, but, I don't know actors by name, so...
It's almost like it's on screen.
Well, they're just in succession. So, is Chevy
Rodney
Chase
Dangerfield did not play the gopher. Just want to let you know. He didn't play the gopher.
Was Chevy Chase the girl?
Was this movie in World War II?
Matt, I'm going to punch you right in the face, I swear.
All right. I've got right clicks open, man. I'm doing it.
Anyway, continue. I don't know actors by name, so...
Yeah,
I will second that. I'm bad at remembering names.
Yeah, but you don't you're doing your due diligence because this is the movie. It's the movie club, right? You don't do any of that? You're not you don't try?
Watch the movie.
You just watch the movie.
That is Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. There you go.
The one on the left or the right?
Jesus Christ.
The one that's human.
All right. I'm making an example out of you people. I'm making an example out of you people.
Guys, I want to talk about the movie.
I know. He's the one wearing the gay pride shirt. Okay, Matt, just give us some of your thoughts. What do you want to talk about the movie?
I thought it was a good movie. It's funny. It kind of reminded me like of an Adam Sandler movie, except before his time. They made golf funny, just like.
Did it
Happy
remind
Gilmore.
you of, by chance, Happy Gilmore?
Yes, a little bit.
Jeez, I wonder why.
They made golf funny. I don't understand why the girl decided to have sex with the really attractive dude, and then the little kid who seemed to be like the attractive dude's mentor or whatever. I think she was just whatever. Not that important. The plot was going somewhere, and then they decided to throw it in the trash halfway through, but you don't watch this movie for the plot, I guess.
That's true. Hey, listen, golf thoughts. Who knew they were real? I didn't until she fucked the kid and the guy. But golf thoughts. You got to be careful out there in these streets, on these greens, as they say. Yeah, I think that it's 90 minutes, so plot is hard. I think we take for granted how long movies are now, and 90 minutes is it's hard to get plot out in 90 minutes. Unless you're doing like a sitcom.
Wasn't hard to shoot rope out, though.
What?
Wasn't hard to shoot rope out.
Well, hey, listen. She was something, man. She was something. She definitely got the part because of her acting ability, though, not for any other reason. Crickets, man. Okay. Well, anything else you wanted to say, Matt?
No, not really.
All right. We're gonna skip around this week, so be on your toes. That way I know you're paying attention. We're gonna go with Quo.
Hi. I actually know I was going second.
How'd you know?
Said we're gonna skip around.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, he's going from you.
I couldn't pick myself because I'm next. Lolly seemed like the next logical choice. Ika's unprepared, and then Reggie would just be like going first, last, second till second to last, and then meet in the middle. So I had to pick random.
So you could have went in order, but you decided that you didn't want to go second.
That is correct. I feel a lot of burden with my name being so high up.
All right. As far as plot goes, it was. I mean, underwhelming is the word that comes to mind. There wasn't really much that I cared about to follow. You don't watch this movie for the plot, though. I did like the Gopher side plot, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Funny, though. Very funny. I do appreciate a lot of things that happened in this movie. I don't recognize actors by name, so I couldn't tell you if, like, these are well-known people or not, but the actors that seemed like major components to the plot were definitely all.
You don't know actors by name.
No.
You don't
recognize Bill Murray. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I didn't know who Rodney Dangerfield was before this movie.
Fair enough. Before this movie. Now you've seen a movie with Chevy Chase in it now, so if you see another movie, you won't remember him as Chevy Chase.
Probably not.
Definitely not.
I don't know.
Chevy Chase is almost as big as Bill Murray, I'd argue.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
It was the National Lampoon's.
He was on SNL, right?
Well, at the time, maybe they were as big, but Bill Murray is different level, for sure. At least.
Am I wrong?
What?
Like most of Rodney Dangerfield's roles were similar to this one, right?
Oh yeah, Rodney Dangerfield doesn't act. Rodney Dangerfield is a comedian who just plays Rodney Dangerfield.
Loud, obnoxious.
That's all he. Yeah. Self-deprecating, loud, obnoxious, and just watching him riff is a real treat. Why is my?
He played the part well.
What is going on with my computer here?
He played a great Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, he did. Dude, he played Rodney Dangerfield better than I've ever seen anyone else play Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, boy. Okay, so, all right, good. Any other thoughts you have, Quo?
Overall thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, overall thoughts.
Not really. It was a comedy. Like, I got what I wanted out of it. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, I hear the I hear the echoing sentiment of no plot, but it's you know you know
Yeah.
nipples is not a plot.
I'm sure you can try and make it one though.
Unless you're a Boogie Nights, you can't really show tits and have a plot. It's like time to tits. Everything before tits could be plot, and then everything after tits is not plot. Imagine Girls Gone Wild. I mean, the plot is that the girls are about to go wild, and then their boobs come out, and then it's like the plot's gone. All right. Skipping around, we're gonna go with Lolly.
So this was a pretty interesting, like, character-driven comedy. And it's also, well, yeah, because like I said, Rodney Dangerfield, he kind of just plays himself. He was supposed to be like an eccentric businessman, kind of, but he ends up playing himself for the most part, and he's just spitting out one-liners. Like that's kind of what he was known for.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill Murray was probably my favorite character. I really enjoyed Carl and him trying to kill for the entire movie, just being like a goofball the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he was my favorite character probably.
Sure.
And again, the dead horse, like there wasn't really a plot. Like the kid wanted the scholarship, but then he didn't care about it. His girlfriend got pregnant, but then she wasn't. And then Lacey Underall sleeping with the two guys, but that never really came to anything. The only plot that got resolved was like Bill Murray trying to kill the gopher. But they had an impossible task trying to take the concept of golf and making it funny. I would say they succeeded. I got a lot of laughs out of this, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you've nailed a good piece of this here, and definitely character driven. Nothing gets resolved. I mean, it's just it is
That's
what
not
it
why
is.
they made the movie.
Yeah.
You don't watch this for the plot.
No, for sure. There's no plot. He did not do a lot of movies. He actually did very few. That you would actually recognize as like, oh, he's doing a movie as like an actor, right? He is in Casper, which Shuli might like if she saw the movie Casper.
The Friendly Ghost. Is that the 3D one?
Yes.
A 3D It reminds me a lot of Luigi's Mansion.
But to be fair, Mr. Rogers, Dan Aykroyd, Clint Eastwood, Mel Gibson, I think Spielberg is in that movie too. So there's a lot of people in that movie.
I love Clint Eastwood.
That's loaded.
They're my favorite band.
None of those people are in prominent roles in Casper. I think most of them are uncredited. But yeah, I mean, he plays Rodney Dangerfield, and to me, and I am hearing the Bill Murray character is more pervasive, at least in what everyone has said so far. But this movie is easily made for me because of Rodney being Rodney. That's just my opinion on that. Just crazy, right?
Yeah.
He did I think he did almost every film in his career was a comedy, except I think he was in Natural Born Killers. If anyone saw that movie, that's an Oliver Stone movie, written by Quentin Tarantino. So that's a good.
Sounds intriguing enough.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'll be on the list someday. Anyway, so let's go to Reggie.
Yeah, no, just kind of echoing the sentiments. It was a fun movie. Lots of good jokes there. Lots of little gags too. Just it wasn't like every joke was front and center. Just little things in the background throughout, and it was just pretty clever. I enjoyed it. I really liked the whole. For example, when Chevy Chase was rebottling the Perrier, that was. I thought that was very well done. Little things throughout. In terms of Rodney Dangerfield, to be honest, I didn't know what he looked like, and I never seen him or heard him personally do stand-up prior to this movie. But I knew who he was the second he started, strictly because of all the other comedians I've heard do impressions of him.
Yeah.
And right away, it's just like, that's definitely Rodney Dangerfield. I can tell from all the impressions of him I've heard. But yeah, no, it was a good movie. Lots of good jokes. Kudos to Harold Ramis too, because this was his first movie ever this was his first ever movie as a director and a writer. So
Yeah.
That was
Well, it
pretty cool.
definitely
Or, sorry,
shows as a writer.
Sorry, as a director, not as a writer. But yeah,
He
who's
wasn't a writer for this movie.
I don't have Harold Ramis pulled up. Harold Ramis, remarkably funny man.
Oh, insanely.
Very.
I wish Stripes would make the list. I'm not going to put it on the list, but I feel like he shines through so well. I mean, Egon Spangler, classic, right? But I feel like he really shines through well as an actor in Stripes. That movie is just really funny. That was an Ivan Reitman movie too. Ivan Reitman's really funny. What else was? Okay, we won't go down the Harold Ramis rabbit hole.
Yeah, no. Although we could just connect it to Ronnie Dangerfield with the whole Rover Dangerfield, which was the animated Ronnie Dangerfield as a dog, which I believe Harold did partially write the story for that.
Well, listen, we all have our vices, right? Rodney Dangerfield's dream was to be a cartoon dog.
Same.
I think he just wanted to get some respect. That's all he wanted.
You can be like Candy. Maybe can draw you a cartoon dog. Quover.
Nice. Get her on it.
Hey, listen, man, you do it. All right, Icky.
So I was actually prepared this time. When I first started watching, I did not like it, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. Of course, my favorite parts were the ones with the gophers, the scenes.
Of course.
The gopher's funny.
Really liked Rodney Dangerfield's rainbow sweater.
Yeah, he had like.
I thought it was
good.
Go ahead.
Good.
I was just gonna say I thought the cast worked really well together, and I know his catchphrase is "I don't get no respect." Did he not say that in that movie, or did I miss it?
I don't think he said it in the movie.
I was surprised because I know that's kind of his thing. That one took me off guard a little.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think he said it in the movie, but it was. I don't think he was also trying to get his shit in. You know, he had done like a half dozen comedy specials, and by that point, when the movie came out, so I don't think he was dying. You know, I think he was okay.
There was one movie that I remember seeing him in when I was little, and I can't remember the name of it. It was about a soccer team.
A soccer team.
I
Is it the one, the Chilean soccer team that gets lost in the mountains and Rodney Dangerfield the whole time is making jokes? Oh, jeez, I get no respect. You know, me and my wife said we were going to start smoking. We were only going to smoke after sex. So what's the problem? The problem is I'm on the same pack from 2 years ago. She's up to 2 packs a week.
Yikes.
Airbud 4? Was Rodney Dangerfield in Airbud 4?
I'm Googling
Airbud 4?
Was it Bend It Like Beckham?
I
No.
think it was a kid who was pretending to be on a soccer team. I don't know. I remember being little and seeing it. I know I'm not.
Oh,
saying
Ladybugs.
that was it. Yes.
Was it the guy made the boy pretend to be a girl? Was that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, that was it. I just found it too.
He claims to have been a good soccer player in his youth and is badgered into coaching a girls' team called the Ladybugs.
That was my initial intro to Rodney Dangerfield. I do like him. It wasn't as slapstick as I thought it was going to be. Like, I was expecting more. Just judging by the actors that were in it.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's a very weird movie, this soccer movie.
I know.
All right. No, it wasn't Airbud 4, potato. I bit down on a potato fucking joke mine. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I don't know. I mean, I was expecting to like it. I had never seen it before. I was hoping that I would enjoy it. I did. You know, I can't think of anything that I could say that hasn't been said. I don't think we're going to go too deep into this one. I think in general, the comedies don't need a deep dive. But so we can go to final thoughts. We can do the round table and get our final thoughts out if anyone has anything else they want to say. We will start with Icky.
Ooh, pressure's on. Pretty much what I've already said, but one thing I'll add in, I would 100% wear that sweater that he wore in that movie, and I will find it one day.
I would only wear that hat if I got a free bowl of soup.
That was my big takeaway from the movie.
Okay. And before someone finds the sweater. Hey everyone, we're gonna get laid.
No, this was a good choice. I really enjoyed this one.
All right, Lolly.
I definitely enjoy this a lot more than Police Academy, that's for sure. There was a lot more like insult comedy, not a little bit of slapstick as well. I would say you should have seen this movie at least once just to say that you've seen it. And I enjoyed it for the most part.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. After I realized that like the plot doesn't matter in this movie, I enjoyed it a lot more because I was originally watching these movies for the plot to figure it out and analyze it, and then I was just like, yeah, that shit doesn't matter. So
Yeah, and this movie in particular doesn't matter. It's like the plot is a backdrop for funny things to happen.
so
Yeah.
after that, yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. 5 out of 7. Fill proof. Reggie.
Yeah, no, final thoughts. It was a lot of fun. I think that Bill Murray again. I mean, Ronnie Dangerfield, don't get me wrong, has some of the best one lines, but just Bill Murray and his whole character was just phenomenal. Like the whole rainstorm when he was out there being the caddy for that guy in the thunderstorm. It was just, I was fucking dying through it. It was a very fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
A lot of funny jokes that get repeated today were from this movie. You know.
And actually, I noticed that because I've never seen this movie before, and it's one of the ones that I just kind of realized, how have I not seen this yet? And
yeah, like You'll Get Nothing and Like It. That's from this movie. Oh, so I got that going for me. Yeah, that was a big one. So yeah, definitely some lasting zingers. And we'll end it off on Quo.
Damn. Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're next, dipshit.
Well, I thought because you didn't say your piece yet, so I thought you were gonna go, and then you're like ending it off on you by the.
I'm like complimenting everything everyone else is saying. If I go, I'm just gonna say like, oh yeah, you guys are all right. The next movie, I'm expecting my dander to be up a little more. This movie, I was hoping was gonna be a little easier.
That's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this movie that I really liked. You know, all the like, even not just the main characters, all the like more supporting characters were really funny, and there was also a lot of like Reggie said about the rebottling the Perrier was good, and like the pool scene where all the guys were like sucking in their bellies was like, yeah,
so relatable.
Me. Yeah, no, just a lot of good stuff in this movie. I appreciated it. I liked it.
See, I do the opposite. I stick my gut out so that if I land a fish, she'll actually be impressed when I'm like, oh wow, this was in my final form. Alrighty. Okay. So, Caddyshack in the books. So, because I don't want to spend 30 minutes at the end of this putting in suggestions, we're going to have everyone put in a suggestion now. So, if you didn't prepare, you now have the next 30 minutes we're going to talk about Once Upon a Time in the West, or however long we do. You have that long to come up with suggestions for the second time, okay? So, starting with Matt, what movie would you like to suggest? And yes, before anyone asks, you are allowed to submit the same film twice.
I would like to submit Stranger Than Fiction, starring Will Ferrell.
I saw that movie on my birthday when I was a kid.
Very good movie.
It was not a great birthday. All right. Okay.
Never mind.
Stranger Than Fiction. Okay. And we'll come back, and we're going to do a second round of this later. So this is just to get everyone's minds thinking. Lolly?
I want to suggest The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne.
I like that suggestion. The Danish Girl. Okay, I am going to put in The Searchers. All right, Icky.
I am ashamed of myself for not doing this sooner, but we're going with Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. Finally, a movie that I like that you suggested.
Damn.
Quo.
I'm going to put in The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
I've yet to see it.
Good movie. Look at you
Is it
guys.
going to be another 3-hour blast?
Liam is going to ruin it, I'm sure, by putting in some mean garbage, but I just want to tell everyone else before that happens that I'm very proud of you for having some great suggestions. All right, go ahead.
Actually, I want to put in Stripes.
Okay, there you go. Redemption.
It's yes, you mentioned it, and it's such a good one. So.
Yeah, that movie is 2 acts, and each one could be its own fucking movie.
Yo, that's exactly how I feel too.
It's like stupid good for no fucking reason. And it's like 2 movies that have the same weird shared plot. So it's like, I don't know why. It just feels like it could be a sequel to its own movie. Alright. So we're putting in Stranger Than Fiction. We're putting in The Danish Girl.
Are you gonna pull one now?
We're going to pull them both at the end. I wanted to make sure that if you didn't have 2, that you had the benefit of looking something up to put in the hat for later. I'm also very acutely aware that one of you is going to put in Die Hard. So I am preparing myself for that. But I won't be mad about it because I like Die Hard.
I like Live Soft.
Oh, that was gonna be me, wasn't it? I think I forgot about that.
You said you were going to put it in as a Christmas movie after Ika brought up that she was going to submit Christmas movies.
That's right. Maybe I'll hold off till we get closer to Christmas, though.
I mean, this is like 3
At this
months.
point, it may be Christmas by the time that we watch Die Hard. What's up, Mika?
I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna throw the Christmas card in until I saw Chevy Chase. And then I'm like, fuck, I really want us to watch Christmas Vacation.
We will have when we are like 3 weeks out from December, we will have a seasonal movie club.
Oh my god.
And we'll just draw a seasonal movie.
Harry Potter.
I will accept any argument for a seasonal movie. And before I just submit Dr. Seuss's little cartoon Grinch. So I can get around. I don't have to watch a fucking 4-hour Christmas movie. All right. With that, oh my god. With that having been said, we pivot to Once Upon a Time in the West. And before we talk about this movie, I really want to talk, and I don't want to present an argument. I want to talk about a few things about this movie that or might get lost in a general conversation about
Say
it.
Lost in Translation.
Someone might say Lost in Translation, which is actually next week's movie. Wowee! Okay. So, one of the things I want to say about this movie is that it was very popular when it was released internationally. It played for 2 years in Paris. It played for 2 years in Spain. It made like 28. Like I think they don't have ticket sale numbers for those countries, but I think like 28 million people watched it when it came out. The American box office gross, if you went and looked at it, you'd be disappointed. It is like $2.6 million or something. It had a very limited theatrical run. But what I want to say is there's a few things about this movie that are going to separate it from a lot of the other movies that are either movies that we've watched already or movies that we're going to watch. And that is that this film is a masterpiece. That is not an opinion of mine to be debated. I think that it's great. And so, when we talk about this, I want everyone to keep in mind, this film is good. Your understanding of film is what is separating someone from thinking that it's good versus thinking that it's bad. And I just want to point this out to anyone watching this stream, anybody in this call. You are allowed to tell me that you do not like it. You are allowed to say that you fucking hated it, and you can go on a rant, you can cut a promo on me and tell me about how fucking miserable you were watching this movie and how you hated certain plot elements and the things that you didn't like. But I want you to keep all of this in mind when you register your opinions on Once Upon a Time in the West, is that it is nothing short of a technical marvel. Yes, about to turn heel on a movie club. And it is a technical marvel. It is a cultural touchstone. It has been preserved for it has been conserved for preservation by Congress, Library of Congress. It is culturally relevant and significant. This movie was so popular when it came out that Parisians in France wore dusters. It actually popularized the duster in 1960s Paris as a fashion item. It was a big deal. It still is. Sergio Leone is a fantastic director. Besides the Dollars trilogy, which is where a lot of people know him from, that is the Clint Eastwood, A Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and the ultra-popular Western, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That trilogy is what popularized the idea of the spaghetti Western. Spaghetti Westerns are bloodbaths, and their violence is a backdrop to just like the brutality of the West. And there's no shortage of gunplay, and there's no shortage of scenery and everything. And spaghetti refers to the fact they were shot in Italy, right? So Italians making Westerns, that's kind of the joke, right? Well, Sergio Leone had just made those 3 movies, and he was actually about to be done making the Westerns when he made this one. He goes on to make 2 more movies in a second trilogy called the Once Upon a Time trilogy. The third one, you may not know, was directed by Sergio Leone, but is Once Upon a Time in New York, which is a 1984 movie with Robert De Niro in it. So he is an expert at the craft. I'm going to talk about Ennio Morricone, one of the best songwriters ever. Everything from pop to polka to heavy metal, his hand has touched everything. And he has influenced the music of everything you've ever heard. And everything you ever will hear. Because everything is built off of what came before it, and he came before a lot of things. So, this movie was excellently scored. It was terrifically shot. It is a masterpiece technically. It is a culturally significant film, and so I want everyone to express their opinions about how they felt about the movie. I want to hear what you have to say about what worked and what didn't work for you about this movie, because there are some things that are hard. I want to know what you think technically about the movie, but we are not discussing whether or not this film is good, because that is not up for debate. There are people much smarter than us who will not be having this conversation today, so neither will we. So having said all of that, I would like to open the floor, and starting with Reggie and working our way up, giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down on Once Upon a Time in the West.
So just to be clear before I do, it's up or down, no in the middle, and it's just on how, basically if I personally enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it.
Yes. Did you personally enjoy the time that you spent watching this movie? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Only because I can't do the middle, I'm going to give it a thumbs down.
Okay. Quo.
Overall, I will say thumbs up.
Okay. Icky?
Thumbs down.
Okay. Lolly?
Thumbs up.
Sorry.
And it is a thumbs up for me. And Matt, let's see.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Okay. It's not a problem that it's a thumbs down. I know I gave that whole spiel in the beginning, but thumbs down, totally fine. So, we'll start off by talking, before we get into general thoughts, let's start off by talking about the pace, because that turns everybody off. It is a long movie. It is a long and slow movie. It is so long and so slow. There is a scene where someone is flicking a fly off his face that goes on for 5 minutes too long in a 3-hour film. There's nothing blistering about this. It's slow, right? The pacing, I mean, it's slower than old people fuck, right? It is a slow movie. The projectionist threatened Sergio Leone, who at the projectionist at the theater in Paris where I played for 2 years, threatened Sergio Leone because it was so slow and so boring and nothing ever happened, and he had to watch it every night for 2 years. So the man was at the point of insanity. He hated the movie. I am a student of the Western genre. My dad was a big fan, so I've been watching Westerns since I grew up. This was the first time that I'd ever sat all the way through it and watched it. And if you think that other Westerns are this slow and you are going to put the genre out of your mind, I would implore you, no, most Westerns are not this slow. This movie is exceptionally slow, and if there is anything that I can say, if you're on the fence, if you want to leave the Western genre behind, if you never want to watch another Western again, I would strongly recommend watching something that had a much faster tone, because this is not indicative of the rest of the genre. I had a hard time watching this movie, and I knew going in that I was going to like it. But it's so goddamn slow. Now, that pace also is what makes the ending matter at all, right? You don't hear why any of this is happening. You are left in the dark about why Harmonica is chasing Frank to the end of the world. Why he doesn't let these other people kill him, right? That was a big deal. Why doesn't he let people kill his enemy? He's obviously at odds, right? Of the 3 major men in this movie, 2 of them, who were the borderline, evil or intentions unknown characters, had pleasant conversations and interactions with the leading actress. But Harmonica doesn't. Harmonica is a coarse brush through a fine lady's hair, right? And he rips her shirt off and he gets rapey and it gets weird, right? Then, of course, Frank tongue fucks her with his eyes open, which is 10 times worse. But there's more intimacy in there, whatever. So it's like, what could possibly... You're clueless as to what his motivations are because of how slowly it's drawn out for 3 hours until finally it's revenge. And I remember the moment in the group chat when Ika wrote, Jesus, this movie, or something to that effect. When you find out why this was all happening, the circumstances thereof, and why he was going to all these great lengths. And it's like, that is the payoff, right? That is the reason. That is the moment that this slow, agonizing film, this torturous soul of a movie that wouldn't get on with it, comes to its climax. So let's just talk about the pace of the movie and how that impacts whether or not you like this or not, right? And we will go with Quo to start, because Quo, you were a thumbs up, right? So how does the pace of the film influence your overall feeling towards it?
It was so goddamn slow. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I think that intro sequence was, 15 minutes or something?
Yeah,
like that?
it was pretty long, yeah.
And the 3 people there get shot anyways, and they aren't, irrelevant in any way. And it's like, what did I spend 15 minutes watching? Just these guys standing around sort of thing. So,
Well, the one standing is Harmonica, but still.
Well, yeah, okay, well, he doesn't come until later, right? Until the train leaves.
Yes,
after that,
yes.
It took a while to get going, and at that point, I wasn't super into the movie, and I think that, I probably missed a couple of things because of that, because I wasn't, super invested. So I'm like, okay, this movie's gonna be all this. So it did take a while for me to actually pick up into things, to get interested, so I think that was a side effect of how slow things, like had to get going sort of thing. And then even like more than that, there was a lot of times where it would like zoom in on one guy for like 10 seconds and then zoom in on another and like no one's doing anything. And it's just like, we could have played the movie at like 20% speed and I don't think much would have been lost.
You don't think so? There definitely wasn't dialogue. I mean, it's not dialogue heavy.
Well, like some parts, like they did do that to like have the intensity and like the score, which you mentioned before, which was like really, really good, like keeps up with that. But sometimes it's just like, okay, we'll zoom into him, and then to another guy, and then to another guy, and it's like, okay, parts of this could have been cut out, in my opinion. I feel like the pace was more of a detriment than anything, and that they could have had a similar emotional buildup at the end with a bit more of a conservative pace.
So, I think I echo your sentiment that it was fucking slow and it was awful, right? It was brutal. I don't agree that you can play this at 20% faster speed and not lose anything. And I know
like the whole thing, like some parts.
I know that the zooming in on everyone's face is something that we take for granted now. It's something we take for granted now because it's digital and you can get that perfect every time. They were shooting analog. That was on film, right? Outside in the desert or on a backlot. And they're zooming with crystal clear quality on someone's face in focus. And you're getting the tiny, minute details. In a movie where no one's saying anything, you have to look at what their face looks like. Or their eyes. And the character's eyes were so important. So, it was long. But, personally, I don't think making it faster would make it faster. Does that make sense? I don't think that playing it back faster improves it, and I don't think that cutting huge swaths of it out give you that big payoff towards the end. This is just my personal opinion about it. Okay. Anything else, Quo, about the pacing, or can we switch to someone else?
No, that was pretty much my piece.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't finish this movie because the pacing was so slow.
Ooh.
I got about 45 minutes into it, and I'm like, yeah, I can't fucking do this. Like, this is too much of a marathon for me. I thought the Resistance Banker had a slow pace, but holy fuck, I could not. Like, I don't doubt that the movie is a masterpiece by some fucking hoity-toity guy who likes to analyze every little bit of it, but from an enjoyment factor, I give it like a 2. And like I've watched a lot of westerns. Like I watch a lot of Clint Eastwood with my grandfather, and that's like, you know, spaghetti western, sort of like high stakes, people shooting each other. But God, like this.
This is not a Clint Eastwood film for sure.
It's not one of those films.
If you had only ever watched John Wayne and Clint Eastwood, and you watched this movie, you would.
I was looking forward to it because I'm like, oh, it's a western. I like westerns, and I was so dissatisfied and turned off with like how this movie just started and was going, and I couldn't. So I gave it my best shot, but
Okay.
couldn't.
Yeah, fair enough. Reggie.
Yeah, so on the topic of pacing, no argument that it was brutally slow. And I can understand that pacing is part of what made it such a quality movie, and I can definitely appreciate the quality of it. But at the same time, that was 3 hours of my life that I wouldn't mind getting back, that I know I can't. Like, it wasn't like I was sitting the whole time like, oh, this is awful, time's dragging, but it was just like, you know, okay, that's an impressive shot. Okay, that's impressive stuff. But at the same time, it was like, that's enough just impressive stuff that I don't want to see anymore. It's been so long.
It was long. It was long.
Lolly, I think your microphone's staticky a bit.
Wait, what? Am I still alive?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, that sounds better.
But we'll do you. We'll do you next.
All right.
You're now.
Oh. Okay.
Doesn't know.
So yeah, this was definitely a slow burner. The first like hour and a half almost is pretty much just setting up for the rest of the film. I'll admit I watched this film twice actually, and I kind of did not enjoy it the first time because I was like, oh my god, it's been like almost 20 minutes and nothing has happened pretty much. And the second time, I also had a headache, so maybe that didn't help. The second time, I enjoyed it a lot more because I kind of sort of understood what was going on because I was sort of confused. Like, wait, those guys killed the family, but they were his guys. No, they were his guys. Like, I was really confused at first. The second time, I understood what was going on for the most part, and I enjoyed it a lot more. And you're right, the payback is like phenomenal. Are we only talking about pacing for the segment?
We're just talking about pacing right now. Yeah, we're gonna break this one down a lot.
So yeah, like it is kind of. I can see why some people think this film's irritating because you don't really understand the characters' intentions until like the third act. Like you don't understand Harmonica's like relationship with Frank until like the last 5 minutes. So I can definitely see why some people would get turned off, but I still enjoyed this.
It's a storm you have to weather. It's definitely something that you have to, if you can confirm like or get through it. The story of payback and revenge is made sweeter by the time that you spend simmering on it. He was a boy, he spent 20 years simmering on this. So it's like, as a viewer, you have to really, it's hard to build in time. It's hard to make things feel long, right? Like, there's that scene, I think everyone, if you haven't seen the Street Fighter movie, you've at least heard the quote, when M. Bison visited your village, it was the most important day of your life, but for me, it was Wednesday, right? It's hard in a movie to build revenge, right? It's hard. You can see it in the beginning and know at the end that it's going to end with the revenge. But revenge plots in movies are so hard because it takes time. Kill Bill works because it's 2 movies. If it were John Wick is him getting revenge. True, it's a different kind of revenge. It's not the same level of payoff, right? Sure. John Wick isn't getting revenge that his wife died. He's getting revenge on people that killed his dog, and his rage that is unleashed is the rage of all the other emotions he's been forced to endure without feeling them, expressed through one channel. And the other films don't do that at all. Like, it's like, well, John Wick's just being John Wick now, right? But the murder of the dog is like the bringing back of the feelings, the unresolved feelings of everything that he's ever suppressed in his life. It really doesn't have anything to do with the dog. That's why he gets another dog at the end of the movie. If it were about the dog would be eating the dog's ashes like one of those TLC episodes. My Strange Addiction. Yeah, you know what I mean. But and it is a good revenge movie. But revenge plots are hard, and the trick is you didn't know it was a revenge plot. The movie never told you why he was coming to meet Frank. You just know that he gets ambushed as he gets off the train. But okay, and Ika, pace.
Okay, so I knew what I was getting into. If I remember correctly, I actually took half of an Adderall before.
All right.
I really wanted to give it my all. And I was not able to follow it, even.
The plot is not told. The plot of the movie is actually not presented very linearly because it's kind of presented like bits and pieces, and then as the movie progresses, it fills in the blanks.
Like a puzzle.
Yeah. Did anyone All right, really quick, we'll do a show of hands. Just say aye or yes or no if you knew the movie was about water rights.
No.
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 Okay. The whole point of everything that happens in that movie.
Before
Good.
we watched the movie or after we watched the movie? Because like.
After.
Okay, then yes.
Does anyone else want to change their vote?
It's about trains. No.
Well, no, it's about building the train through to like the only source of water.
Yeah. So the reason the guy bought that plot of land, because they even have a moment where Harmonica and Cheyenne are talking, and they're like, "Well, how could this fucking Irishman know that they were gonna build the railroad here?" It's because that's the only other piece of water anywhere near the town. And it's 50 miles outside of the town, or whatever it is. So, it's the only place where there's water anywhere. That's why he bought that property. He knew the railroad was going to have to go through there. They shot him because they want to buy the property because that's where the water is. The deal in the contract is that if the railroad gets to him before he's built the town, the railway station, that they'll take the land. That's why he bought all the stuff. But it's because the steam engines need water to run. That's why it was the whole thing. So the entire movie is about access to water. And it's very understated. But because you don't know that, none of the violence and none of the other things that happen in the movie make sense until you have this conversation 2 hours in between Cheyenne and Harmonica. And it's like, I looked, it's actually 2 hours in. So if you knew, I know you didn't. If you knew that before the beginning of the film, it would have almost definitely changed what you thought of the movie. But, okay, so let's talk about... We have 3 characters, let's talk about them. I don't want to spend all night talking about this movie, but I want to talk very specifically about the 3 main male leads. We're not going to talk about the actress. We're going to talk about Frank, we're going to talk about Harmonica, and we're going to talk about Cheyenne. One of the things that came up when we were watching the movie was I mentioned that the alignment chart for D&D does not work well here in this movie, because morality, damaged characters are A, more prevalent, and B, easier to write for. So let's just kind of get like your opinions on those 3 characters. We'll start with Quo.
Frank seemed like the most chaotic evil you could, basically. Like, I don't think there was a redeeming quality in him.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, he even realized, like, I can't even be civil evil. Like, I can't even be lawful evil. I can only be chaotic evil. That was his whole arc with Morton on the train, was just like, I can't be a businessman. I just have to be evil.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we ever got, like, an explanation for why he feels he needs to be that bad, but I guess after years and years of doing it, you sort of don't have a choice at that point. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the insinuation was money or something. Power? I don't know.
I like money.
All the above.
All right.
Yeah, Harmonica was good. You didn't really know his motives until like way into the movie. But he was still like clearly the quote unquote good one. He was the one that broke into the auction house and like sold Cheyenne, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, so he's like, protecting this girl. We don't know why he's protecting her, but he's still doing like the quote unquote right thing. Yeah, Cheyenne I didn't pay much attention to. Like, he just sort of, I knew he was bad, but I can't really say much on him, unfortunately.
I think my perspective on that auction house changes. I don't think that anything that that Harmonica did was for her at all. It just all happened to coincide with what he wanted. I feel like Cheyenne probably did stuff for her. I feel like Cheyenne would have stayed if he wasn't about to die. Because I think that was the reason he had to leave. But I feel like that scene in the auction house was almost to make sure that Frank and the railroad people didn't have it.
I mean, yeah.
It really had nothing to do with her. She was kind of like wrong place, wrong time. Everything about her in that movie is she's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, in that railroad... Wait, never mind. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, Ika?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I was having trouble keeping the characters straight.
Okay.
I kept mixing up the characters.
Well, one of them had a harmonica and was named Harmonica.
I knew that one.
Okay.
I mean,
the ones in the white hat are good, and the ones in the black hats are bad.
No, the ones wearing dusters are bad.
Wait, what about the ones in the black hats?
Duster.
The long coats.
Like the cowboy trench coat?
Yes. Called a duster to keep trail dust off their clothes.
Exactly. Frank wore black, so you know he was bad.
The water assless chaps for it.
No, Frank wore a duster. That's how you knew he was bad. The duster.
That's the Brokeback Mountain Cowboys you're thinking of.
His hat was black, though, wasn't it?
The duster's the thing that matters, not the color of their hat. Okay.
On the poster, Harmonica has a white hat.
I explicitly told you all about the duster. Not Lolly and Matt. I told the three of you goons about the duster. I explicitly mentioned every time that someone was on screen. I'm like, but notice, Cheyenne's not wearing his duster anymore.
Okay. Even I remember that conversation, Quo. Get with the...
Yeah, the hat doesn't matter.
What conversation?
Okay. When we watched the movie together, then you and Matt were not there. We had a conversation, and I said that one of the homages to the Western genre is that in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, the bad guy, Liberty Valance, and his gang wear dusters. And that in this movie, if someone's wearing a duster, they're a bad guy. So, I pointed it out every time I saw a duster. The hat color doesn't matter. He's just wearing a white hat. Maybe that's all the store had today, Quo. Maybe when he was there. He also spends a lot of time not wearing a hat.
What kind of argument's that? That's like saying, what if when they went shopping, the only thing they had were dusters? And that's
But that duster is mentioned explicitly.
Yeah.
They talk about the duster a bunch.
Oh, do they?
You know what?
When they go to the house and they're like, we got a lead. This is a fucking Cheyenne gang duster. They're the only people that wear dusters. And then they ask Cheyenne, did you do this? No, I didn't do it. It's Frank's men, whatever, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, does anyone else wear a duster? Nobody's brave enough, unless they're one of Cheyenne's men, to wear a duster in these parts. And then later they're like, that's one of Frank's tricks, faking evidence, leaving a scrap of the duster behind. They go through all this trouble about the fucking duster. And explicitly I told you about the duster. I think Quo is revealing to us that he left.
Hey, listen. So I went through the messages, counted. Word duster was brought up 12 separate times.
12.
Over a 3-hour movie, that's once every 15 minutes.
That's not enough for you!
I wasn't there for that, but thank you for clarifying that. That makes a lot of sense.
Does it? Thank you. I appreciate that. So, at one point, Cheyenne takes his duster off. And he never puts it back on.
So now he's good.
Yes. When he has that scene with her in the house where she makes him coffee the first time, he never puts the duster back on.
Women change people.
You're giving Ika a panic attack.
I'm gonna kick Quo. All right, Reggie, redeem yourself.
Wait, redeem myself or redeem Quo?
No, redeem yourself. I'm still kind of mad about the other night.
About the other. Wait. About what?
Because you couldn't technology.
Yeah, because the movie kept.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it working okay, but
Only after you made me jump through 3 hoops that didn't go anywhere.
Foot in mouth.
That's true. Okay. Fuck. What do we talk? What is the topic right now? I'm so sorry. I'm stuck on Dusters now.
The three main characters.
Okay.
He can figure it out when he comes back.
Side note: Is
The
Mike
three main
chewing too loud?
No, I didn't know you were shooting. Just don't eat the bag like you normally do.
Or the microphone.
Okay. So.
Okay, that's too loud.
Jesus.
Me?
No. Matt asked if his chewing was too loud and then immediately ate a chip in the microphone.
I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Liam.
Alright, so 3 main characters. I like Cheyenne. Cheyenne's the one I like the most. He was, in my opinion, the only one of the 3 that you could potentially consider not to be a bad person. I know alignment charts aren't like valid, but Harmonica was kind of clearly bad, and Frank was clearly bad, and Cheyenne seemed like he was doing bad things, but he seemed like at the end of the day his heart might not have been as bad. Like, of the 3, the least bad. He was my favorite of the 3 characters. Frank was just, as you've already said, he was just a bad person the whole way through. Harmonica was a whole mysterious vibe, but I don't know. It was cool. He played the mysterious vibe well, but I wasn't having it. So yeah, I like Cheyenne.
Okay, Lolly.
So, I want to rebuke that because I thought Cheyenne was kind of the weakest of female characters because he kind of was just caught up in the crossfire between Frank and what's his face, Harmonica. Monica, I liked. I thought he was kind of a badass. He just comes in, just shoots a whole bunch of guys. He drops these one-liners like, "Oh, you brought 2 horses too many," and then he kills 3 guys. I thought that was awesome. So he was arguably the most closest to good, question mark. And Frank was like, he was just the bad guy. I wouldn't say he was bad, but he was like kind of just out for himself. Like, he's like, oh, I'm just going to do this because it benefits me. I'm going to kill this dude even though he's kind of my business partner, question mark. Yeah. I like Harmonica the most, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, and again, I said this before, I think maybe we're spending too much time in the weeds of morality and where they line up on the chart. Right? Good and bad. I mean, everyone's kind of asshole clenched up when Harmonica tried to rape the woman. Right?
I was just going to say, I think my logic for liking Cheyenne was he's the only one of the 3 that didn't actually rape somebody on screen. So
Again, but it's just like...
raped anybody.
It's just like... It's so two-dimensional to do that. It's so two-dimensional. The movie is like... It's like, oh, well, this guy is clearly evil, so everything else that he does, I don't care about. It's like so aggravating and two-dimensional to hear that. It's just like, that can be your opinion, but it's like, just completely dismisses everything else that he did in the movie. Right? And it's fine, because he doesn't have to be good. None of these people are good, by the way. Cheyenne's wanted for, like, murdering, like, 12 people. Frank is a... What?
He killed a kid.
He shows up in handcuffs. He shot the driver. And then they paid $5,000 for him. Right?
Which was a lot in the 1800s.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, a lot.
So it's like, he's an awful person. It's like, it's supposed to be contrast. The outlaw who has a soft touch with the ladies. Okay? And the quiet guy who's so quiet because he's just bent on revenge. And everything else is just something in his way. The only difference between the way that he handles the woman and the guy that he almost strangles to death is that one of them was a woman and one of them was a man. He both just use. I mean, it's just like, it's frustrating. There's no good guys and bad guys in the West. There isn't. There's no, unless you're John Wayne, there's no cut and dry. Ever. And if you think that way, you're just boxing yourself out of, like, actually enjoying higher concepts. I mean, that's a little bit of a rant, and it's not targeted at Liam, although it kind of came out that way. But it's like, it's just like, you just can't think that way and have enjoy anything. It's like, oh, gotta find my good guy. Where's my good guy? Oh, the Power Rangers. They're color-coded and everything. It's like, no, it's not that easy. You have to make hard decisions. It's like, is it challenging you about what you think about good and bad? I hope so. I hope you're an adult and have complex emotional reactions.
So they're not color-coded? Is that why they weren't wearing...
Yep, that's it. Yep, because they're not wearing black hats and white hats. We couldn't tell it apart.
No, he had a white hat, right? No, listen. He had a white hat.
That's why he was good.
We have fun here.
All right, before I get kicked, $5,000 in 1850 was approximately $164,351 today.
Okay, yes, he got that for killing folks. He killed a lot of people. Cheyenne killed more people than anyone else in that movie.
More than Frank? I was under the impression that Frank was like...
He murdered an entire train.
Shit, that's true.
Twice he murdered an entire train.
Well, to be fair, right? He was going to get arrested.
To be fair, yes. Were his reasons good? Yeah. Yes. When he gets to St. Peter, he still has to answer for every one of the dead bodies he sent to him. And why'd you shoot Ricky? Well, Ricky was the guy with the gun at the front of the train. And why'd you shoot Joey? He was the guy with the gun in the back of the train. It's like, they still tried to kill them. So, okay. Who didn't I ask? Matt?
I liked harmonica because he played a harmonica. You really want my opinion? I don't think so.
I'm afraid to give opinions now.
You can give your opinion.
That was my opinion.
That's
I
good.
didn't watch enough of the movie to like really get a full understanding of each of the characters. So the dude was playing a harmonica. I'm like, that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going for a half hour, so let's give final thoughts. We won't beat this horse deader anymore. But what is everyone's final thoughts on this film? And we'll start with Reggie. I want him to feel safe to give his opinion. So,
like, beautifully well shot. I think that the overdubbing they did was phenomenal because I didn't realize that the entire movie was sound added afterwards. So I thought, like, obviously it was done very well, especially for whatever technology they had back in '68. Filmed well, acted well. The movie just screamed quality, and objectively, I think it was a great movie. But I just personally wasn't for me.
Okay, Quo.
Okay, first, what are you doing with your face?
These are eyes.
Is it because you're really angry and don't want to show your real face while we give our opinions?
No.
I'm gonna go with that. Anyways, movie.
No, I'm doing it because of the eyes. Here.
Eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like sort of double down on what Lolly said earlier. I feel like I would appreciate this movie a lot more if I watched it a second time. I don't think I would want to watch it a second time, though, is the thing. Like, once was long enough.
6 hours of my life, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there was a lot of good stuff in this movie. Reggie just said a bunch, the actors, the scenery, everything was like really, really quality. It just dragged on a lot. Like, I don't normally lose focus during movies, and this one made me lose focus a number of times.
The American version that originally released for theaters was like 40 minutes shorter or something.
That makes sense.
Why didn't we watch that one?
Because that one doesn't exist anymore. It specifically, I think, removes like 2 entire scenes from the movie, and that gets you like halfway there.
2 whole scenes. But yeah, overall good. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it to someone who isn't like a super fan of westerns. I did like how there was no like what's the word I'm looking for? Crap. I can't think of the word. But there's no like happy ending necessarily for any of the characters. Like no one ends up with anyone else, and it's not like.
Well, she
like,
gets the plot of land, and she's gonna be a
Well,
millionaire.
Yeah, okay, but like I feel like if someone else might have directed the movie, she would have ended up with somebody, right? Like that didn't happen. Harmonica gets his revenge, and then it's like, well, I don't know what he's doing now. Everyone else is dead, so.
Well,
there was no,
I think, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there was no like happy ending per se, which I don't know. I feel like that could have been a thing.
I just personally, I don't. Not everything has to end neatly.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this like it's a good thing. Like,
yeah,
it would have taken away from the movie if they're just like, yeah, everyone's happy now.
Yeah, and everyone got exactly who they wanted. I mean, she fucked all 3 of them, and so I mean,
and got the plot of land.
Well, one of them.
Lacey Underwood.
Yeah, there you go. She was in the wrong movie. She should have been in Caddyshack. Icky.
Okay, to clarify, these are final thoughts, right? I had to grab my charger.
Yes.
Okay. So, I think that they did a great job with the film, and I can respect what they did. It was also really helpful for me to have you in the chat with us, because you were excited and riled up for it, which made me a little bit more excited, and it helped me like follow things a little bit more, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't watch it again, and if I did, I would probably cut a whole Adderall.
Jesus Christ.
But
I could only watch this movie on drugs.
You know, in hindsight, it would have helped.
Lolly.
I take drugs every day, and I can't get through this movie, so.
it was not that bad.
I mean, yeah, the pacing is really the only thing I can complain about. It was very, very slow, but there is a payoff at the end, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought what's it called? The location and the cinematography were both gorgeous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I also really liked the sound, not just like the sound design, but the score I really liked. I also, in particular, I really liked Harmonica's theme, especially when the guitar came in. I just got like chills and goosebumps. I love the score. So yeah, I like this.
Theme song was great.
Shut the fuck up about that goddamn theme song. There was no theme song. This isn't the Brady Bunch. This isn't. I'm close. All right.
Me?
Yeah, Miat.
The score, phenomenal. I am a big fan of,
Yep.
music, movies. The artistic direction, I kind of understand now talking about it. And if I were to watch this movie again, I'd probably finish it.
That's good.
But
I'm never watching it again.
yeah, this is sort of hard to power through.
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched the half that I did because it was a good movie.
It is a good movie, and I think that there are challenges with making something that appeals and challenge and watching
This
it.
movie's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody. No.
Don't make this your first Western.
Don't make it your first
It was my
Western.
first Western.
Don't make it your. No, you said you watched 2 other shit Westerns.
They were ridiculous 6.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Super comedy.
This is still way better than either of those 2 Westerns, and if you disagree, you're getting perma-banned.
Those are comedies, not Westerns, so it's not really. It was a joke when I mentioned them.
They are both Westerns. They are just in the comedy genre. You can have comedy Westerns, but Clinic is a great comedy Western. Anyway.
I wanted to add on one more thing. I appreciated this movie being in there because this was the first Western I've seen, so at least it exposed to the genre.
Okay.
So I was happy about that.
We will end it there. We'll end it there. So, now let's add on the second round of suggestions before we pick 2 winners. So, starting with Reggie, what is your second submission?
All right, I'll give you a bit of choice. Do you want just a straight up well done comedy, or do you want kind of a bizarre comedy, like an interesting, bizarre kind of what's going on?
Oh, give me something that's not Love Guru.
All right, I'm torn between 2. Let's go with What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
I donated subs. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Wow.
Thank you.
Let's get the new emotes.
I don't know if those are going to end up on my channel or not. All right, so Liam, Lolly, Flair, King Kaiser, and Adventure Potato all are now subs. Thank you, my dudes. Enjoy your subs. Think about resubbing at the end of your gift sub. Okay, and Quo, what is your suggestion?
I will throw in Shawshank Redemption again.
You are unoriginative.
Basically, but I know what I want.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, listen, at least you know what you like.
There you go. Well, I don't know if I'll like it. I assume I'll like it.
Yeah. It makes you hate that actor that plays the warden forever.
Yeah.
Okay. And Icky?
I'm gonna put in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and if it gets picked, I will say push it back, like swap it with the movie so it's closer to Christmas.
Okay.
Most of the way there, so you know.
Okay, Lolly?
I want to suggest Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal.
All right.
Ooh, good.
Matt?
Speaking of movies that are critically acclaimed and I have never seen and are kind of a slog to get through, I'm gonna also suggest Inception.
All right.
Oh, if you guys thought I was dumb discussing these movies, wait till we get there.
I've never seen that.
I've never said you were dumb.
You didn't have to say it.
And we are going to, from my second film, I'm going to put in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Oh, that's the Western you kept saying this one was paying homage to, right?
It pays homage to a bunch, but yeah, this is one of them. All right. Now we prepare the ballot.
I really hope the Grand Budapest Hotel gets picked one of these days.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I hope we get Bird Box again.
Has Wes Anderson done a Western? Because that could be interesting.
No, Wes Anderson has not made a Western.
You mean Wes Anderson? That's his brother.
I don't like you.
Come on,
I was considering saying it and then chose not to.
Smart move.
You know what, Matt? Props for saying it.
Your opinion still has not changed on me. You still love me.
I have a relationship with Matt, which is kind of like how I have my relationship with Meat Lovers Pizza. I like meat, but I don't know if I'm ready to love again.
Meat Lovers Pizza.
Love me, say that you love me. Okay.
Dude, I love the Beatles.
My mom was named after a Beatles song.
Lamau. You're named after a Beatles song?
My mom was.
Oh, what song?
Michelle.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say Lucy.
I thought you were going to say Eleanor Rigby. That would have been really funny.
I thought you were going to say the Walrus.
God damn. Yikes.
Well, I'm out the throat. All right.
They progressively got worse and worse.
Out of all the Beatles references, why Michelle?
It's his bell.
Just because, I don't know, they like the song.
This one is abnormally large. I'm going to
Michelle Obama, though.
rip it apart here.
Don't even go there, AP. Don't even go there. Benjamin.
All right, here we go. Winner number 1 is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance.
Rigged.
This is like 12 weeks away. We'll be fine.
You guys think it's rigged. All right, here you go. You ready? Oh, some of them are falling out. Oh, shit. Save it. Save it. Save it.
Oh, no. All of Liam's are falling out. Oh, no.
Is there not a button to host anymore? I just noticed.
Yeah, it vanished for me, too.
That's Franker Phase Z. Just make sure it's enabled in the settings. Or reload the Twitch page.
No, I didn't have the button either when I got onto it this time.
Okay.
Check FFZ, because it's there for me, so it should be there.
LA Confidential.
Who submitted that one?
I did.
Oh.
2 in a row for me. Trust me, it's not rigged. If it were rigged, we would not be watching The Love Guru.
I will say, CJ, that my biggest motivation for getting through this Western movie that I didn't really want to watch was that you were going to watch The Love Guru. And I'm like, if he's doing that for me, I got to do this.
And right after The Love Guru, you get to watch another Western.
Is that true? No, you don't. You get to watch Bird Box.
Oh, shit.
All right, so speaking of what's coming soon. Coming soon, this week, we're watching Lost in Translation. Upcoming on the schedule, we have Groundhog Day, The King's Speech, Seven, Chef, The Dirty Dozen, Dallas Buyers Club, The Theory of Everything, Love Guru, Bird Box, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, and LA Confidential. So
why is Chef on this list again?
Because that was on the original list that me and JR had made.
And it's a damn good movie.
So, as far as the picks go, we have not reached the movies that you guys have voted for. We will not reach that until we get to
Theory of Everything.
Theory of Everything.
That's why I didn't feel so bad putting the Christmas movie in.
It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while.
Christmas.
Yeah. All right. So the hat remains full. Turn off coming soon. The hat is full of suggestions. So we got some great ones in here.
Theory of Everything.
The Grand Budapest Hotel is in here. Stranger Than Fiction. Bone Cop. Bad Cop. Jay and Silent Bob. The Interview. 12 Years a Slave. Lego Movie. A Silent Voice. The Searchers. And the rest are What We Do in the Shadows. Okay. So lots of things still going on there. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me again this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about Lost in Translation if you are not in the book club and you want to be. I got one word for you. Watch it. You don't have to be in the chat. You can join the Discord there. I think Lost in Translation is streaming. I'm not sure about that. I think it is streaming.
I think it is.
But is it on Canadian Netflix? Because that was a whole thing this week.
I'm checking her.
Speaking of Canadian Netflix, Schitt's Creek is streaming, and it's pretty good.
It is such a good show. Full recommend. Lost in Translation is not available for free legally in Canada. Does not mean it cannot be watched, though.
Okay.
Lost in Translation is not on American Netflix either.
It
I
is
think
on.
from this point forward, if we're doing like movies together, we're gonna set them up like 15 minutes beforehand, before everybody is in and ready to go.
I was told by Ika that you guys had an operation. I was lied to.
We did.
Well, it did, and then I thought, let's just try this one, and then I realized it didn't work, and I've learned my lesson. I've learned. Some things might have gotten lost in translation and along the way.
But we have it figured out. We have a game plan.
Boo! Boo!
Sure, Wes Anderson gets a pass.
I wasn't happy about that one either, but my hand wasn't near the mouse. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out to the book club. We are going to switch back and play a little bit more Ratchet. So,
Can we get a link to this Lost in Translation since it's not on Netflix?
yes. After my stream, I will accommodate anybody that needs the link.
Thank you very much, CJ.
Okay. Everybody have a great night.
You will click the link. You will not wait a week to click the link.
Get fucked, Matt.
I won't get the blame.
Pog chimp.
Pog simp. All right, bye-bye. Wow, what a great crowd they are. We're going to go back to the game. I'm going to go take a leak really quick, and I'll be back. You're gonna watch it with your mom? I got a DM. All right. Louisiana. What are you guys talking about? Got eaten by a fish. Thanks for Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Louisiana? Ratchet and Frank. Now you can eat dinner. Yes, you can. Man, this...
You need a Terminator here. You'll have to acquire one on another planet.
A Terminator. Alright. Does Tibet still exist? You bet. East Germany. Brazil.